Oh, yeah, okay. I'm working. Hello, it is the Homemade Broadcast. It is episode 523. My name's Will Kuncz. Joining me, Anna Hummel.
Hello, thank you for having me. Sorry, I'm 3 minutes late.
I mean, I expect it at this point.
I've been very good for the last several months.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, it's a fact. It's a fact. Okay. I apologize.
That's all right. No problem. I don't know if so I was excited. I bought a lightning cable for my phone, and I was excited to maybe try to take some calls today. And I plugged in the lightning cable here, and I was on some audio, and it was playing through the phone, and I was like, awesome. We got this figured out. Now we could try to take some calls. And I went to my app where I have a Google Voice line, and it shows, it's connected to headphones, the audio. I push play, and for whatever reason, it's coming through the phone audio and not through the lightning cable. I don't know why. It's unfortunate. And I'm like, okay, well, at least I could play some of Joe's voicemails because he leaves them all the time, and I want to play them, but I can't. It doesn't let me. And for some reason, the audio from that also comes from the phone and doesn't go through the lightning cable. Everything else goes through the lightning cable. Oh, okay. But guess what? Here's what I can do. Bluetooth. The Rodecaster that I have has a Bluetooth setting. Great. I'll connect to the Bluetooth, and that way I can do the phone that way.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Doesn't work for some reason. I have no idea why. I went into all the settings. I was frantically trying to get it to work. So unfortunately, another week without that.
God works mysterious ways, Will. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anna, how you doing?
Better. I don't want to commit to good yet, but I'm doing much better. I did meet one of your contacts that you've had for a long time yesterday.
Oh.
Yes. I met Mr. Joe Bordeaux And if I were to use one word to describe Joe, it would be delightful. He is just a delightful man. I don't want to call him adorable. I feel like that is probably not an adjective men want to be described as. So I will call him delightful. He was so friendly and helpful and just like it really, I know this sounds corny. It's like Sunshine 96.7. He is the sunshine. It is him. It is Joe. So, Joe, it was a pleasure meeting you. And thank you for your time and for showing me around. So,
I agree. Like the Teletubbies baby in the sun. I think that we should revamp the Radio St. Pete logo to Joe's face inside of the sun.
Yeah, I think I could probably work on that because I got this picture and I was talking to a friend about it. I'm like, I met this man. This is the man I met.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's perfect. It's in a circle. You just put some rays coming out behind him.
That's right.
He's the eclipse. He's that's what I wanted to see during the eclipse a couple weeks ago is that face right there. Just delightful.
Yeah, he's a sweet man. I don't think he would take to offense of being called adorable.
Okay.
I think he would.
We were leaving and I wanted to go in for a hug. I didn't. We shook hands, but I wanted to be like, bring it in.
Yeah. He gives off those types of vibes for sure.
Yeah, he does. Very, very sweet, warm man. So
that's right. Radio St. Pete's cooking, man. I will say I'm a part of the board member there, and I really feel like I don't deserve to be because the people that are working on Radio St. Pete are doing such a fantastic job without really any of my input. Not that I'm not, I have some good ideas from time to time. I'm pretty sure I got jazz from WUSF once they canned jazz. I don't know if you know this, but WUSF is the college radio or the radio station affiliated, NPR station affiliated with the University of South Florida. They had a long running jazz show at night.
It's called All Night Jazz.
It's one of those yes, I believe that is what it was called. Yeah, everybody did. It was it was kind of like a staple in the Tampa Bay area. And then for whatever reason, well, I don't know what anybody's doing in this business anymore as far as the radio biz.
Yeah.
I mean, they ever really did, but they just seem to be getting rid of all the things that made it good and usable and replacing it with, I don't know what they're replacing it with, AI. I don't know, but I reached out to that guy once he got the boot from WSF, and I believe he has a show now on Radio St. Pete. And Radio St. Pete has Frank Rivera's jazz show as well that is on just after. I'm sure he loves having this show as a lead-in. Frank Rivera, longtime broadcaster from Miami. Now he does a show here for Radio St. Pete where he plays jazz. And we're talking about farting and sex. Leads into his program, which I'm sure he really likes a lot. So every time I see Frank Rivera, I go, I'm sorry, Frank. And he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And I go, it's okay.
Perfect.
I do. But it is. What's that?
No, go ahead.
It is the Homemade Broadcast, episode 523. We are live. Sorry for the delay. Anna was late. Not her fault. Computer issues. I was here on time. I can tell you that much. That's all I know. Tech issues.
Yes, it is a problem. You might also, because now that I've seen Radio St. Pete, now that I've met the man, the myth, the legend, Joe Bordeaux, I'm on their website a lot. I'm like, who are these people? I want to get involved. I'd like to broadcast more with you on that platform, as well as HMB Radio, as well as doing some solo stuff as well. And I was looking at their website and I noticed that you hadn't updated your photo in about 7 years because you still got long hair. That's right. And it was like, it said board member. And I'm like, he hasn't had long hair since 2017.
I think in my defense, I never provided a photo. I think they just took a photo. that they found.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
And that was me in my days where I was like excited. Like, you remember doing, I don't know if you had this, but definitely for me when I first started, being on air with Johnny on Wednesdays and you and Ryan.
We'll do Wednesday.
That's right. I would get excited and I would take pictures in the studio of me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Look what
yeah.
I'm doing. This is so cool."
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. That quickly wore off. The novelty quickly wore off. But there was a time where it was like, let me take a picture of myself that whoops, my phone took this. I didn't mean to. I'm looking away, like looking into the mic.
Who are you, Ryan Adams?
Yeah, I definitely did a few of those. And by the way, everyone could tell when you take a photo like that, where you're looking away, like we know you took the photo.
Yeah.
Angle, you can tell. Nobody's down below you taking a photo of you like that.
Right. But listen, like you said, you're excited to be on the radio is kind of like saying I was on TV. No one is watching TV, but it's still a cool thing to be like, I was on, whatever, WFLA or whatever the case may be. So I get it. And the radio studio, at least, at the Bone and where I was prior, it's cool. You got the mics, you got the computers. It looks official. Looks like, you got something to say and people are excited to hear you say it. So I get it. I get the excitement.
Yeah. Yeah. And now it's, now we're Radio St. Pete, folks. That's where we're at right now.
Hey, I am not about to diss on, one of the only platforms.
I'm not dissing it. No, I'm not dissing it at all. I'm just saying, I know that I still have not visited the Radio St. Pete studios, but I know that you did. You got an opportunity to be there. They have a nice little facility in the Thrive Center, I believe it's called, in downtown. Tell me about that, because I still have yet to see it.
Well, it's adjacent to a Catholic church. I think Joe told me that one of the priests bought it and then wanted to sell it, and they used that money for the Sunday school and, I don't know, to rape more kids. Just kidding, Joe. And it was lovely. So what I realized is, those videos of like rescued dogs, and they're like all, messed up, effed up, and people are being nice to them and they're like barking back. That's kind of what I'm coming into, is people were like nice to me and I felt like, I wasn't used to people being nice to me, was the point, to go into a workplace and people were just really friendly, excited to meet me. Maybe they heard me on the radio. They like what I do, that I'm not used to compliments at all. So any sort of that was like a little bizarre. But I walked in and the first thing I noticed was, oh my God, this is LinkedIn the musical. It was insane. I didn't know that a place like this could exist. Everyone was, there was every color and no one had a gender, and it was awesome. It was awesome. At one point, I hope no one, in Thrive is listening to this right now, but at one point I'm sitting with Joe in the common area right by the kitchen, where I like to be close to the water, the coffee. That makes me feel comfortable. So we take a seat and we're sitting there for about an hour going back and forth. And in the corner of my eye, I see a very flamboyantly homosexual African-American man trying to teach a straight white man how to do some sort of dance. It was like nothing sexual, but it was, I don't know if it was the Dougie or I don't know what was going on, but I think it's really respectful to give someone like your full attention, eye contact. Sure. And I was like, my brain was trying to figure out what was going on, but what I gathered was the black guy was showing the white guy how to dance, and the white guy, even if he didn't want to do, he had to do whatever the instructions were from the other man. Otherwise, it would have been an act of aggression, of blatant racism. If he's like, I'm not doing that here. So they're both like dancing. It was strange, but I loved it at the same time. But yes, I will be going back to Thrive, if not to work, just to sit and watch stuff like that happen. So
Yeah, because it is like a common space. Like Radio St. Pete has a space in this common space, and I believe that anybody can go in there and request some time in the rooms and do whatever. I would like to know why did the guy want to learn how to dance?
I was really trying to, you know me, I'm a pretty nosy person. I say inquisitive, but
Yeah.
my brain was trying to figure out exactly that question. What is going on here? Why are you dancing? Does this man feel pressured to dance? How did we get to dancing? But what I liked about Thrive was that everyone there is working, but they're not working together, if that makes sense. So there's no micromanaging. It's just people doing their own thing, being alone together. Does that make sense? It was lovely. Yeah.
And you're right. We really don't do that anymore. I know a lot of people are like back to work in an office, but I haven't been back to work in an office. And even when I was, it was like 4 people.
Mm.
So it really wasn't that many people. And then
one of them was always asleep. So
yeah, the snoozer was always sleeping. And now, oh man, can you imagine since she
live?
Yeah. I saw her semi recently. So I used to work at this company, and it was in a house, and it was like 2 dudes and then me and then this older lady. And she used to just take naps.
We called her Snoozy McGee.
Snoozy McGee. Yeah, she would just like grab a snooze, like catch a snooze in when the guys went out. And she would my office was in a living room of a house. So it had like a couch and chairs and stuff. I would just be sitting there like trying to work. And then I would just see she comes like behind me and sit on the couch and just like, I'm just going to lay down for a minute. And then you just hear. I would just be like, this is so uncomfortable because I can't, it's right behind me. It's really weird.
It's horrible. It's horrible to sit behind so they can't see you. What is going on? Also, a vivid memory I have is that Snoozy McGee also took putrid dumps, and you would close the door and she would open the door.
I had the trainer, like Pavlov's dog, you see, because what she would do is I don't know what it is, but old ladies just, I guess it's because they like, a little bit thicker in the backside. She had a plump rear end.
Stink? What are you trying to say?
Well, no, it was the sound. Like you would hear just farts, like really, really loud.
More like old pipes. I think that's what it was.
Right. That's what it is too. But the acoustics of the butt cheeks really caressed the sound, and coming off the porcelain, it would create a giant sound. So I always knew what was going down. And I would be like, and again, that was pretty close, to my workspace. So she would just be, blowing out the bathroom, and then she would just like spray, which the sprays were. I mean, come on, that spray, the Glade spray, it doesn't help anything. In fact, it just makes a toxic thing more toxic. It just really gets into your lungs like you just poured potpourri over a giant turd. I mean, it was not good. I would rather smell the poo, frankly, than the fake perfume. And then she would leave it open. So I had to sneak in, and I didn't want to really address it with her because it's embarrassing.
Hey, your dump smell. Could you please close?
Yeah, your bellowing farts are now wafting through the office. Like, I mean, come on. So I didn't really want to confront her about it. So instead, I just tried to do it, psychological, where I would just, every time I heard the door open after the voluptuous farts and after she got out, I would just run and close the door and be sneaky about it. And then I remember her one day, she was walking by after she took a massive dump, and she went back to her office. I went and closed the door, and then she came back. I guess she forgot something, so was going back in the bathroom. She goes, "Oh, this." I heard her. "Oh, I thought I'd open this," and she opened it back up, and I was like, "Oh heck no!" And then as soon as she walked back out, I ran back there, closed it again, and this time I made it an audible click. I didn't turn the knob to make it silent. Close it. I went, no, this needs to be closed. and I let her know. And I think at that point she got the gist, she got the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
thank
that was
you.
I don't miss that. I got to be honest. I really don't miss that about The Office.
I
But
remember you sending me videos, like zooming in on her asleep in the other room.
I just can imagine how many naps she's like getting in now, though, boy. Oh my God. Sure got nobody watching her. And she's a few years older now, I mean, you don't get any more energy, you just get sleepier.
Yeah.
So I mean, now she's like, oh man, I gotta lay down and she can't get up, and she doesn't sleep that long because she's got to take dumps. So she goes, oh, I gotta wake up, I gotta take it. And now she goes in her house and takes dumps in her house. And then maybe, oh, that took a lot out of me. You know what? Maybe I'll take a little snooze. She has a little nip napperoo, on the agenda.
They're just so outrageous and ridiculous and hilarious that was going on. Did she ever think about going to the bathroom like upstairs? Was there a bathroom upstairs?
No, we didn't have one upstairs. She had her own bathroom, and it was just the main bathroom. And then I had the little one that was had this like a prison bathroom down in the laundry room. I would use that one. That's where I would take, because my dumps aren't that much better, by the way. But I was in the secluded jailhouse bathroom in the laundry room.
Why didn't you use that one too? Why couldn't that just be the S box?
Well, we're chivalrous people. We wanted the lady to have the nice bathroom so she could take her dumps comfortably and loudly, as loud as she wanted. That's what we were about, at my job. So we went into the jailhouse bathroom, all three guys, and she would have the nice, party room.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, in retrospect now, I mean, with her noxious farts and gas and doo-doos, she should have been in jailhouse bathroom.
Yeah.
We should have been in a nicer bathroom.
Time.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not much better. I can tell you that much. I took you'll like this. I took a gut health test. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Did you take a dizump in a box and send it off?
Pretty much.
What do you mean pretty much? It's either yes or no.
Well, did I take a 2 in a box? No.
Well, I mean, you catch it. Sure, you have to wrap it and preserve it a certain way, maybe add some solution to it, but eventually you put it in a box and send it off to some place, right?
Well, so kind of, yeah. So it was with this newer job that I have, it comes with actual benefits, and they have all these cool things. And I was looking through them, and one of them was a free gut health test. So I was like, oh, I need that because something's going on in there and it ain't good. And I went ahead and did it, and they sent this box over, and it had it did have a box, and you opened it, and then it had a little vial in it, and it had a Q-tip in it. This vial had some liquid in it. So what you did was, when you took a 2 in the toilet, you would kind of just poke the Q-tip in it, and then you took the Q-tip and kind of put it in the solution and swirled it around, discarded the Q-tip, packaged it back up, and then you put it in the box and you sent it away.
Have you gotten the results yet?
I just got the results. Do you want to hear the results?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm so excited because I've been doing a deep dive on the gut microbiome, I'll have you know. So this is right up my alley.
So I asked my doctor about this. I sent him the results. I was like, can you tell me what's going on here? And he just said, I looked it up in some journal. I feel like you should know this. You shouldn't have to look this up in journals.
Why did he admit to looking it up?
I don't know. I don't know. But he was like, yeah, there's not really any indicators for gut health. I believe it will be in the future, studies and stuff, but there's not really much out there now.
That's what he said?
Yeah, he said, I can't give you really my medical opinion on it.
Because he doesn't know.
That could be.
Know anything.
So I will say, unique bacteria, I scored 95%, which the reference range, I'm way over. Way over. This score represents the amount of bacteria you have in your gut that less than 20% of other people have. So I have a lot of stuff in my gut that not a lot of people have, which I feel like is not good. Right?
Different in what way? Like, well, here's the thing. If everybody else is really unhealthy, then you probably want the opposite of that. But if everybody else, like, of the sample they're taking is healthy, then you want to be, I don't know. It depends. So I don't know what unique bacteria means. Usually they'll let you know if it's like if it's a bad bacteria or a beneficial bacteria. But go on. Sorry.
Well, I have some bacteria that causes inflammation. Inflammation can irritate.
Candida? Did you score high?
Huh?
Did you score high on Candida?
Candida. Let me see. Candida.
It's usually associated with yeast infections, but I believe it also lives in the gut and can cause like irritable bowel syndrome, leaky gut syndrome, inflammation.
Candida. I do not see anything about Candida here.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like I just have high inflammation, whatever that means. I'm assuming I have to meet with somebody too about this, like a dietitian, and they're gonna, I guess, tell me more about it. I'm assuming they're gonna be like, hey, we have a supplement that can help you. You know what I mean? They gotta make money somehow.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could suggest a few things from my medical opinion, but you know, I'm not a doctor or nurse or anything close to that. But if you're looking to improve your gut health, obviously you want to take things that maybe have a pre and probiotic naturally, or like a Greek yogurt, and fermented foods have a lot of probiotics, living cultures, things like that. Polyphenols. My boyfriend is so sick of me saying that, but things that are rich in polyphenols. Polyphenols are actually a prebiotic, so it's food for the good microbugs.
It's just fiber.
Yeah, fiber, that too. Yeah, but polyphenol is like a specific type of antioxidant that the bugs feed on, the good bugs feed on, so that will propagate them, you know, which is what you want. Obviously hydration. I'm trying to think of what else. Fermented foods, those are just high in probiotics, things like that. And you just want a kind of a variety of, you know, vegetation, fruits and vegetables. That will probably be good. So
have you taken one of these tests?
I haven't. No. I would like to, but also I'll probably throw up, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was easy for me because it was just, you know, it wasn't really, you know, I didn't have to dig around too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's pretty just, you know.
I wonder how comprehensive it was, because usually like you have to send, or maybe not, maybe not. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I thought like in another one you had to send the whole poo, but maybe it's just kind of, they're all like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's old school. I think now they just need a little samp, you know? And I wonder if, you know, is it possible that it picked up things from the bowl? Because you know what I mean? Like if it's not, you know, just a solid piece or dig it in there, maybe there's other stuff maybe it's not accurate reading is what I'm saying. Cause maybe it's picking up other things.
That's very true. Because I think some of them, like you put a net, you know, and then you go on the net. And I think that is for that reason, maybe A, it's easier to catch the sample, but B, so it doesn't get contaminated, like you said, by other stuff in the bowl. I can like smell it. It's like,
yeah, it's not great. I want to hit up Snoozy McGee and send her a test and see what's going on in there.
Does it really matter at that point?
No, it doesn't. I mean, I just want to know. I feel like, you know, I could have got maybe contaminated from years of smelling, you know, the aftermath. Maybe some got in, you know, and that's why I have this unique bacteria.
Sure. That's possible. It's possible. I've heard of stranger things. Yes.
Is it probable? No. Is plausible. It plausible? Maybe. Who's to say?
Yes.
It is unfortunate. This is, by the way, the homemade broadcast. I'll play it on Radio St. Pete. I'm sorry. And I feel like I should say sorry, Frank Rivera, right now, because he's going to be coming up next. If you're listening on Radio St. Pete on the Frank Rivera's Jazz Show. Sorry, Frank. And always HMB Radio online. You can get it there on podcast. You can get it on YouTube. I'm going to try to put these on Rumble as well. I put the last one on Rumble. I wish I could stream live to Rumble, because I feel like that's do you even know what Rumble is?
Yes, it was.
I didn't mean it offensively. I just wanted to, I didn't know.
No, I'm laughing because it was our main platform streaming site for Bubba's.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So
yeah, that seems like that's like the segregation of, like, I don't know. There's just certain things that go on Rumble that do better on Rumble. It has different.
That show was one of them for sure. Rumble was pretty good to us, as far as I remember. We were running into a lot of problems with Twitch, as you can imagine.
Oh, right.
Because they were owned by Amazon. So, goes without saying. So then that was our main platform for, I would say, probably the first 3 years I was there. And then we switched to Rumble and we had a lot more freedom. So. Yeah,
I feel like Twitch is, I tried to look into Twitch to do some streaming, and I feel like it was just like, I don't think this is what I should stream on. No. I just feel like it's like gamers and then like trans people talking about their issues.
And then hot girls in hot tubs.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was really weird because the rules used to be really, really strict with Twitch. Like you couldn't even have sexual innuendo. And then a few years later, it was girls basically naked in a hot tub. But God forbid we said, there might be a biological difference between men and women. It was like, you've been flagged, you strike on you, and then you'd have like these naked girls with these huge fake breasts. It's like pretty much nude. So that became a problem for us. It just didn't make any sense. Like, what the hell? So
I have an account and I think I do have it linked, but I've never streamed on it. Maybe I should. I don't know.
Yeah, you probably see some stuff you like. So
yeah, well, I got to start putting these things on the rums. That's the future, I think. I don't like I got to tell you, and it's a bad reason. I don't like the design of Rumble.
It's the interface of it.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. There's just something lacking with it.
Can you quantify it or not really?
Just, go to rumble.com and look at it, and then go to youtube.com and see the difference in the design. It's very shallow. It's just the design. It's ugly. I just don't really like it.
Okay.
That's all I got. Did you see this is old news now, but did you see the Thomas Jefferson graduation? The lady mispronouncing people's names. Did you not see this? Oh,
no.
Good. Thank God. This is last week's news, but I saw it and I wanted to share it. I'm glad that you haven't seen it, Anna. Because let's just say, I don't know exactly what's going on here. You have not seen this. Okay. So I don't know what is going on here. But this is a graduation at Thomas Jefferson University, which I don't know how prestigious that is.
I've never heard of it.
I haven't either, but that doesn't mean anything necessarily. And we know Thomas Jefferson is, though. He was a founding father. This was a very important figure in the country, and apparently
and the third president of the United States.
So they had a professor reading the names of the graduates, and this is what she did. Oh God. Did you hear that? Did that come over the Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Oh my God. See, my phone rang, but not. Let me turn this off.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Go ahead.
So I don't know how you say this name. I'm gonna guess Solani Asinor. Right?
I would say Solani. Yeah. Asinor, but yeah, Solani. I think that's obvious.
Okay. Let's see how this lady says it.
Michilu Iabri.
Oh, okay, so that was the first one. Achinu Valabre?
Is he trying to say that one?
This is what she's saying now. That's coming up here.
Jessica Lynn Bower.
Jessica Lynn Bohr. Jessica. What?
Aliyah Benamon. Alisuna Cole Bishop.
Alicinu? It's Allison. Nicole. Did she say Bishop? I kind of missed that one.
Bishop.
Bishop.
Victoria Lee Zubith-Ross.
Dude, what?
Who is the woman reading? Is it the chancellor?
It's my understanding that it was a professor there, and maybe somebody in the comments knows. But I don't understand. They did say it was because they handed her phonetic spellings of the names, so she was reading the phonetic spelling. But the phonetic spelling should be easier, not harder to pronounce, right? Because you're doing it phonetically based on how the word sounds, as opposed to, like, I have a goofy last name, you know, I always have to say it and spell it and make sure people know, you know. And I remember doing this when I graduated high school. Anyway, I didn't walk in my college graduation, but I spelled it, you know, Koontz, not how it's spelled now, because it kind of, sometimes people think it sounds like a lady's body part down south. And it's embarrassing. So I wanted to make sure that I spell it phonetically. And that's what these kids did for this lady, but it made it so much worse. I don't understand how you could mess it up this bad.
Victoria Lee.
Her name is Victoria. Good. Elizabeth is Lee. And then she did Beth Bruce as one word.
Zubith-Ross. Malina
Malina. Her name's Molly.
Beth Camp. Allison Care Camp Bull.
Camp Ball.
This dude's waiting. He's like, oh, what has she got for me? What is this going to be?
Thomas.
Is it the blonde woman?
No. No, it's not. It's definitely not.
Is there a mic in front of her?
I believe the person reading is off screen.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. Can you use the book also?
Yes.
Read this and then.
So that's it. That I you know.
Yeah.
How I don't understand how that happened. I don't understand how that happened.
Yeah, I don't want to say I had a similar experience, but when I graduated UCSB in 2009, the chancellor was reading all of the names, and I'll just say his name was Chancellor Yang. And dude, it was, I mean, everyone in the crowd that was a student was drunk and laughing hysterically because of that reason. But it was mostly, it was an accent thing too.
Yeah, right. Because he had a thick accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
little different than
than just blatantly saying them wrong. But yeah, you'd think like I don't know if it was hard to tell if it was like, are you deaf? Are you not a native speaker? Are you trying to mess it up because they're white? I don't know. Like
that's what Mike from St. Pete said. It was just a DEI hire trolling white people. But there was some fellow some fellow blacks in that crowd too. It sounded like I just don't understand why nobody stopped it. Be like, whoa, what is happening here?
well, then you'd have to acknowledge that there was a problem, and that's impolite, I suppose.
It was so bad though. I mean, it was
Thomas.
what did she call him? I can't remember it now.
It was like Timosius. It was something, I don't know. I don't
And
remember.
he was mad too. Look at his face. This is right after she said his first name. Can you see that? It
No.
might be hard to see. Oh, I might not have it up on the screen. That's why. That's his face right after she said whatever she said. Let's go. I just got to play it one more time.
He's waiting for it.
Yeah.
May. Tamume.
Tamume. Look at his face.
Horrified.
Thomas.
He yells
Thomas.
Apparently he's a doctor. I like his little shrug.
Oh, he is just gay as the day is long. I love it. Bachelor of Nursing or Science in Nursing. Yep.
And really, frankly, the only one with enough balls to go, no, my name is not Tamume. It's Thomas. The only one to stand up for himself. Everyone else just took it and went, okay, I guess my name is Alanune now.
Well, what do you notice about Thomas that you don't notice about the rest?
Well, he's got a Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
No, it's a man.
Oh, that's true. Was there any was out there?
Yeah.
Women. Yeah. That's
All the
true.
ladies are being very polite. Then you get the bitchy gay guy, and he's like, absolutely not.
Uh-huh. Jessica Lynn. Yeah. Boy, a lot of chicks. What is the demo? I mean, my God.
Most nurses are women.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Nursing. Yeah, they seem to be all nurses. Nursing. Nurse. Yeah. Okay. You're right. Still a field dominated by women, except by Tamamume.
I watch it one more time. Just one more time.
Tamamume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's waiting.
Yep.
Tamume. Thomas.
I think that lady went, I'm so sorry. And he kind of
Then
went,
he does the shake. He does the shake.
yeah.
I love Tamume. I think that needs to be the name of this podcast or something.
Tamamume. Yeah, I like it. College of Nursing. Nurse Tamamume. That's what we'll call this episode. That was just phenomenal. Really good. I'm glad you didn't see that because that's all I saw for a week, and I've watched it many times and just blown away every single. Truly amazing. I know you got to get out of here. You got a hard out at 6:45. Even though you were 3 minutes late, I'll let you go early.
I can do 3 more minutes.
No, that's okay.
All right.
I got to go too.
Okay.
Anna, thank you very much. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate. Hey, if you would, share it with your peeps on your social medias, on whatever. Give it thumbs up and click shares buttons, and comments are good. That helps with the algos. I'm using internet slang now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's important to do that. And it helps a lot. And Anna is going to be doing some more stuff. I'm going to try to, I would like to do 2 of these a week. If I shouldn't even be saying that, because I'm going to promise stuff and then I'm not going to be able to get it done potentially. But hopefully we'll have some more time. We're going to go down to Thrive and learn how to dance and do some shows at Radio St. Pete Studios. And, we've been talking a long time about doing something live somewhere. like getting a group of people, if we can get 30 people somewhere and do some sort of live podcast or something, I think that would be fun.
That'd be awesome. I'm definitely game for that.
Okay, good. We'll figure it out. Folks, thank you. Take care. Sorry, Frank Rivera. And we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Thomas.